Hello everybody and welcome back to another C++ programming exercise video, and in today's video we are going to be going over C++ programming exercise number 2. Now C++ programming exercise number 2 of chapter 9 says, write a program that reads students' names followed by their test scores. The program should output each student's name followed by the test scores and the relevant grade. It should also find and print the highest test score and the name of the student having the highest test score. Student data should be stored in a struct variable of type student type, which has 4 components: student first name, student last name, both of type string, test score of type int, test scores between 0 and 100, and grade of type char. Suppose that the class had 20 students. Use an array of 20 components of type student type. Your program must contain at least the following functions: A function to read the student's data into the array. B, a function to assign the relevant grade to each student. C, a function to find their highest test score. And D, a function to print the names of the student having the highest test score. Okay. So if you do not actually understand what they said inside of the... So now if you did understand what exactly the program exercise was saying, what it's saying is that they will give you a file, much like this one, right, with the first and second name, and then they write in their grade, and they'll enter 20 of those students, and then it'll output that data inside of an empty output data file. And now when we run this program, it won't actually put down anything in here, but inside of this output file, I'm going to close it really quick, and when I open it up again, it will show me the test scores. Then you just come here in Control-A, delete it all, and let's get on to the programming exercise. So let's close this once again, and we'll have this off to the side. So now in this case, since we're going to have 20 students, we are going to write in constant int number of students, which is equal to 20. And now after we write in this named constant, then we have to come down and then declare struct student type and now after that, inside of our student type struct, we write in string student first name, string student last name, and then we write in int test score, and then we write in char grade. So those are the 4 variables of the struct that we are going to be using throughout this programming exercise. And now after this, you want to come down and you want to write in the function prototype. So the first thing you want to do is you want to write in void get data, and then right in here you want to write an input file stream and making a reference file variable in file, comma, student type s list, comma, int list size. And then we write in void calculate grade student type s list comma, int list size, and then you write in int highest score, and then right in here you plug in constant, student type, slist, comma, int list size. And now the last thing we need is a function to print the result. So we need to write in void print result, and then you write in output file stream and out file, comma, constant, student type, slist, comma, int list size. So we have this function to bring in the data, we have this function to calculate the grades, we have this function to produce the highest score, and we have this function to print the result. Okay, so now just to save us a little bit of time, we can just copy this whole block of text or a block of code and paste it right here at the bottom. Okay, so now let's get to the main function. Okay, and now the first thing we want to do is declare our array and the two input and output stream variables. So first we want to write in input file stream in data, output file stream out data, excuse me, and then student type, student list, and then inside of the length we write in number of students, and then we can write in data dot open, and then in here you just copy and paste the name of your input file. So mine is that, and then you can just write in if in data does not exist, then you write in cout input file does not exist. And you come to the end and write in return -1. Actually, just return 1. Now what we can do is we could actually just copy and paste this again for the now we just replace this with out data, replace this with the name of your output data file, which in my case is this. Data output file does not exist. And then we also have return 1. So that's actually the end of these two sections. So now what we can do, you can write in right here, get data in data, comma, student list, comma, number of students, and that is the 3 and then we have get data right there, and then now we have to write in calculate grade, student list, comma, number of students, and then you write in print result out data, comma, student list, comma, number of students. And now that we're done with the main function, let's move on to the functions. So now get data is going to be very simple. All we need to do is we write in for int I is equal to 0. I is less than list size, I plus plus, in file, s list with index of I dot student f name and also make sure you add a space right there. Then right in here you write in s list with index of I dot student L name s list I dot test score. So in case you didn't know how you declare a an array of type of struct that you made yourself, this is how you do it. And whenever you just access one of the indexes, you access it using this you access it using the normal dot, and then you write in the part that you want to access. So this is pretty simple. Since it's a one-dimensional array, there's no need for another for int j or whatever. Okay, that's it for the get data. Now on to the calculate grade. Okay, now that you're done with this, we can move on to calculate grade. And inside of calculate grade, we're going to write in a for loop. So we're going to write in for int I is equal to 0. And now after you're done with that, you can write in I is less than list size I plus plus, and now we have a switch statement right there, and inside that switch statement we have s list index I dot test score divided by 10, and now we have case 9, case 10 right there, and now we also have the same thing for case 9. I'm copying and pasting the case 10 so we could use it. Actually copy and paste it. Case 9, and now in this case then we write in s list and after you write in calculate grade list I, you make sure you write in index I, in case you write in dot grade equal to A, and now we can actually just copy and paste this line right there, or actually we could just copy and paste that right there, and then make sure you delete these spaces. Now right here we're gonna have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and now we can just copy and paste this once again, and then paste it under each and under those. Also make sure that you write break at the end. If you want, you can actually just break and then if their grade is anything below the 6, or if their grade is anything below a 60, and they get an F. So we write in here, and we don't actually have to put in a break statement there. We're not going to put it so we don't clutter it up, but these remaining grades are pretty self-explanatory, as in you probably all know what these grades will be. Right there we have a C, and then at last we have a D. And that is the end of the calculate grade function. After that, you want to go into int highest score, make sure that you tab, and then you write in int h score is equal to s list with index 0 dot test score. And after that, you write in a semicolon, you enter a couple of times, and then you write in for int I, which is equal to 0, actually equal to 1 in this case. Int I is equal to 1, I is less than list size, I plus plus. Then you enter and you write in if h score is equal to or is less than. Make sure that you write the parentheses in right there. If h score is less than s list with index I dot test score. Oh, and make sure that you have a parentheses, not right there, but right here. Then you tab and you have h score is equal to s list with index I dot test score. And then at the end we just return h score. Okay, now that you're done with writing highest score, now we could come down here and do the print result. So the first thing that we need to do is write in int max score. And after you write in int max score, you write in is equal to high score highest score s list, comma, list size, and then you enter and then you write in int I, which will of course be our placeholder value. Then you write in out file, set W, and then you write in 15 in there, set W15, string student name. Now after you write in that, you can then enter, do those spaces, set W 10 test score. Now just make sure that you capitalize the test score, and then you can write in set W 7. And you write in grade and L. And now for I is equal to 0, I is less than list size, I plus plus, write in out file, left, this is just all the positioning. As you can see, set W 25, S list with index I dot student name, student L name, plus, comma, space, plus, S list dot student first name. Then you enter and then you write in right. Space right there. set W5. S list I dot test score Oh, and I also just realized that's a bit out of synchronization, I guess. There we go. And then from there, we enter. And then write in set W6 space S list I dot grade endo. And there we go. That is the end of this little mini section for loop. And now after you're done with this for loop, you can come to the bottom and then you write in out file endo. Oh no, just out file endo, and you write in highest test score, and then you write in max score endo, and then you write in out file students having the highest test score endo, and then you write in for I is equal to 0, I is less than list size, I plus plus, and now if S list with index of I dot test score is equal to max score, then you can write in out file and you print out S list with index of I dot student L name plus comma plus S list with index I dot student first name endo. Once you're done with that, that should be the end of this programming exercise. Now let's run through the entire code. Pretty simple. These functions, we just have if these parameters are valid, then it works. I just realized that I forgot to put semicolons at the end right there. So you know the drill for these two. Here we're just running our functions. Here we're just getting out the data, pretty self-explanatory. Here we're just calculating the grade by dividing the grade by 10 and then giving it based on what that score is. Really self-explanatory as well. And then here we calculate the highest score using a using a function that we've used a lot before. And here we're just printing the result. We use the highest score. We get the highest score of the S list, and we also declare a counter variable called I, and we just print out all of the variable stuff that you will see in the interface on the console. Pretty self-explanatory. Let's come and run the program. We see that there's an error. Let's check it out. And oh, I see the problem. I forgot to write in index I. Let's try and do this again. We run it again. We see that the program ran successfully. Let's open up our output file, and we can see it printed out just fine. So if we delete this again, if I delete that again, close it. I don't exactly know, or you know what, I don't know, but we can see that this program worked just fine. Well, I hope you all had a good time doing the C++ programming exercise along with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.